Hello friends, you are on the channel Quotes of Great Men. Enjoy watching. Don't worry. They're all against me. But I have one advantage. They don't know what they want. I do. To know one's own desires, their meaning and their costs requires the highest human virtue, rationality. I'm working to improve my methods, and every hour I save is an hour added to my life. Professional intellectuals are the voice of a culture and are, therefore, its leaders, its integrators, and its bodyguards. One method of destroying a concept is by diluting its meaning. Observe that by ascribing rights to the unborn, i.e., the non-living, the anti-abortionists obliterate the rights of the living. I consider promiscuity immoral. Not because sex is evil, but because sex is too good and too important. The worst wars are religious wars between sects of the same religion or civil wars between brothers of the same race. Capitalism has been called nationalistic, and it is the only system that banished ethnicity and made it possible in the United States for men of various, formerly antagonistic nationalities to live together in peace. Talent alone is helpless today. Any success requires both talent and luck. And the luck has to be helped along and provided by someone. An emotion as much tells you nothing about reality, beyond the fact that something makes you feel something. It is the basic, metaphysical fact of man's nature, the connection between his survival and his use of reason, that capitalism recognizes and protects. To demand sense is the hallmark of nonsense. Nature does not make sense. Nothing makes sense. There is nothing to take a man's freedom away from him, save other men. A house can have integrity, just like a person. A morality that holds need as a claim, holds emptiness, non-existence as its standard of value. It rewards an absence, a defect, weakness, inability, incompetence, suffering, disease, disaster, the lack, the fault, the flaw, the zero. In a fully free society, taxation, or, to be exact, payment for governmental services would be voluntary. Government holds a legal monopoly on the use of physical force. Achieving life is not the equivalent of avoiding death. I worship individuals for their highest possibilities as individuals, and I love humanity for its failure to live up to these possibilities. Racism is a doctrine of, by and for brutes. What do I think of President Reagan? The best answer to give would be, I don't think of him. And the more I see, the less I think. Aristotle may be regarded as the cultural barometer of Western history. Whenever his influence dominated the scene, it paved the way for one of history's brilliant eras. Whenever it fell, so did mankind. Do not let your fire go out. Science was born as a result and consequence of philosophy. It cannot survive without a philosophical base. If philosophy perishes, science will be next to go. The skyline of New York is a monument of a splendor that no pyramids or palaces will ever equal or approach. Love is our response to our highest values. What is the basic, the essential, the crucial principle that differentiates freedom from slavery? It is the principle of voluntary action versus physical coercion or compulsion. Honesty is the recognition of the fact that the unreal is unreal and can have no value, that neither love nor fame nor cash is of value if obtained by fraud. The alleged shortcut to knowledge, which is faith, is only a short circuit destroying the mind. To abstain from condemning a torturer is to become an accessory to the torture and murder of his victims. Kant is the most evil man in mankind's history. Faith and force are corollaries. Every period of history dominated by mysticism was a period of statism, of dictatorship, of tyranny. Morality pertains only to the sphere of man's free will, only to those actions which are open to his choice. A rational man never distorts or corrupts his own standards in judgment in order to appeal to the irrationality, stupidity, or dishonesty of others. When personal judgment is inoperative or forbidden, men's first concern is not how to choose, but how to justify their choice. A spirit, too, needs fuel. It can run dry. You don't love causes. You don't love everybody indiscriminately. You love only those who deserve it. Every form of happiness is private. Our greatest moments are personal, self-motivated, not to be touched. Men prosper or fail, survive or perish in proportion to the degree of their rationality. Rulers exist entirely through the persons of others. Their goal is in their subjects, in the activity of enslaving. They are as dependent as the beggar, the social worker, and the bandit. The form of dependence does not matter. To the extent to which a man is rational, life is the premise directing his actions. To the extent to which he is irrational, the premise directing his actions is death. The more you don't have sex, the less you experience the intimate connection of two souls. Thanks for watching. Check out these educational videos too.